everybody, thank you so much for joining me today. Today is my favorite day of the month. My book of the month box just arrived. So let's check it out and see what's inside. Here we go. And here it is. Here is my February book of the month box. When you open the box, it says you've got great taste. And this was my choice for February book of the month. It is called The Golden Couple. My choice this month, The Golden Couple. This is a thriller. It is also an early release. And the authors are Greer, Hendricks, and Sarah Pekkanen. And it says the twisty tale of a therapist with unconventional methods trying to unlock the mystery of a perfect marriage. So I'm excited to start another thriller. Every month, Book of the Month gives you 5 books to choose from. So the other options in addition to The Golden Couple were Don't Cry for Me, a historical fiction by Daniel Black. A River Enchanted, it's a fantasy, and this was actually the other one I was debating about getting. So if you ordered this one, let me know if you recommend it. I may add it on to a future box, but this one is by Rebecca Ross. The next one is a literary fiction called Vladimir, and this one is by Julia May Jonas. The last one is a historical fiction called Peach Blossom Spring, and this one is by Melissa Few. In addition to my book of the month, I also chose to add on 2 add-ons. So every month with book of the month, you get to choose one of the 5 books, and then you can also choose up to 2 add-ons if you'd like for an additional charge. So I chose 2 add-ons again this month, and this first one, I can already see it. I've heard so much about this one. I think this is going to be the first one I read this month. I can't wait to start it. This one is The Maid by Nita Prose. It's a mystery, and it says, this absolute charmer follows Molly Gray as she tries to solve the murder at her hotel before anyone pins it on her. So I've heard so many great things about this one. If you've read this one, let me know in the comments below if you loved it, if you didn't love it. But I can't wait to start this one. So this will be my first read of the month. I have one more book here at the bottom. This one is Kitchen Confidential Adventures in the Culinary Underbelly by Anthony Bourdain. And I read In the Weeds for my December. I believe all the months are falling together. I believe it was one of my December add-ons. In the Weeds was written by one of Anthony Bourdain's producers, and it gave a little more insight into his life. It's super intriguing. I highly recommend it. So I'll let you know how this one goes. At the bottom of the box, we have this month's bookmark, BRB, Ignoring My Responsibilities. You know, sometimes you just have to finish the book. I also want to go over my January books and let you know what I thought of those. My January book of the month choice was Reckless Girls by Rachel Hawkins. This book is about 4 people that are heading to a remote island that has a history of mystery and death. The plot just kind of fell flat for me. She wrapped it up very quickly there at the end, and then the complete ending was what is happening. Not my favorite book of the month, but I did finish it in about a day, so it definitely kept my attention, and I wanted to see how it ended. So there's that. If you read it, I'd love to hear your take on Reckless Girls, so let me know in the comments below. My second book for January was The Collective by Allison Galen, and this was a book about revenge, about justice. It was wild. This book was a wild ride. It was very dark for me. When I finished it, I was like, I will never reread that book because it was really a lot darker than I even imagined. So, but definitely similar to Reckless Girls, it was a wild ride, page turner. I wanted to see what was happening, and the ending was wonderful. It was a really great ending. So I love how the author tied it all up at the end, but again, super dark for me. Didn't love that part, but interesting book. Let me know what you thought of The Collective. My favorite book of the month, A Gentleman in Moscow. This is by Amor Towles. I read The Lincoln Highway. It was one of his books of the month from November, I believe, and I loved The Lincoln Highway. Again, like this one, it was super long, a lot of detail, a lot of stories within the story, and that's kind of how The Gentleman in Moscow was as well. I don't even know where to begin. We'll begin with the Count. He was sentenced to life living in a hotel, the Metropole Hotel in Moscow, and his life in the hotel. This book was full of great quotes, but my favorite was, "If a man does not master his circumstances, he is bound to be mastered by them. So the Count definitely masters his circumstances, having to live under house arrest in this luxury hotel. But I loved, it spans so many years, it jumps year to year, and you will fall in love with the Count. It was actually a very tedious read. I had to read it slowly, sometimes go back and reread some things. There's one more book by him I have not read, The Rules of Civility, so I will probably grab that one in a few months. If you have read A Gentleman in Moscow, let me know what you thought about it. Was it too tedious, too detailed? Did you love the characters? Did you have a favorite character? I don't know. I may go ahead and reread it again this month. This was a really great book. Again, not what I anticipated. I do think I like the Lincoln Highway better, but I feel like this is one I'd be more likely to reread. I don't know if that makes sense, but I do think the Lincoln Highway was a more fun read. But this one just is still kind of sticking with me. It's one that really makes you think about life. That was everything in my February Book of the Month box. If you're interested in Book of the Month, I will have a coupon code in the description below. You can save on your first box. This is a subscription service, so they will continue to send boxes every month until you cancel or skip. And that was it. As always, thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe.